I wander the woods and the forests. The outside world is not one for me. At least that's just how I feel. It's the 80s, and my identity couldn't be more at risk. AIDS is running rampant, and Reagan doesn't give a fuck about us. He's made that pretty clear. Pat Buchanan, his communications director, described AIDS as nature's revenge on gay men. By 1987, nearly 21,000 Americans had died from AIDS. Well, actually, let's backtrack, and why don't we look at the simple word, homosexuality? It's illegal. Sodomy, or by definition, anal or oral sex between people or sexual activity between a person and a non-human animal, in parentheses, bestiality, but it may also mean any non-procreative sexual activity, is illegal in the United States. I am unable to love who I am destined to love, or whatever love truly is. Humans don't interest me anymore, anyway, hence why I go into the woods. Nature is my peace, my passion, my love. Animals are nicer than humans. They don't judge, and interestingly enough, are pretty gay too. Dogs, penguins, dolphins. The list goes on. They don't have a patriarch, a government system in place to establish that what you do behind closed doors is illegal and punishable, something straight humans can do so openly. And that's where I struggle. My kind of love isn't easy for many in this time to understand, to enjoy more than one kind of person, to love all people. I could live my life with a woman and no one would bat an eye, but my life would be a lie. The truth will set you free, but it will also kill you in the process. Living in a world, scared of the people I love, in fear that it might kill me, by law or by disease. Nature's revenge on gay men, I guess. Well, nature came in handy for that as well. Marijuana. They use it to help alleviate the pain of a virus openly and consciously being spread by the government. I use it for myself. I love nature. What can I say? Anyway, have your judgments on whatever you choose to label a drug, but since HIV-positive homosexuals are not allowed to fly legally, they should be able to do whatever the fuck they want. Let them smoke their weed, let me smoke mine. Nature and weed don't judge. They understand it all. The so-called two-gendered system, but I feel that I live on a spectrum. I am everything and nothing to the world. Nature accepts me. It, too, is both masculine and feminine, androgynous. The beautiful chaos in the tree branches, the whistling of the leaves and bushes, a myriad of sounds as I step foot onto the gravel, dirt, mud, dry leaves, wet leaves, tree bark. The colorful fungi and mushrooms growing on once live logs, fallen trees being supported by sturdier ones, working together even in a standstill. I too wish to sway with the breeze, and if I die here, in nature. The first National Coming Out Day was observed October 11th, 1988, to celebrate the one-year anniversary of the Second National March on Washington. Well, what do I come out as? Gay? Bisexual? Asexual? I don't know if I fit in well into any of these labels. I hate labels. Man-made concepts like the passage of time and money which never cease to bore me. They make us slaves to a society we had no choice in partaking in. Why must I partake in it? I like the animals and the trees more. The flowing rivers and the still lakes and ponds. Swamps, considered ugly by boring and lifeless humans, but I see it to be beautiful and colorful, shades of green and brown, a fluid version of the solid pathways in ground, mirroring it without reflection. The butterflies flying around, colorful and expressive, unapologetically, and they have strong defenses against predators too. Well, they taste like shit. I'd say I feel as if I'm missing out in the world, but what is there to offer anyway? I hate roads and streets. Noise. I like quiet, the soft breeze and birds chirping and singing various songs, the deer hiding in the trees, frozen in fear of humans. What have we done to this world? Made it so judgmental and rude, so binaried and so gendered. Why is everything so gendered? Native Americans recognize 5 genders, and a two-spirit gender, which is a combination of masculine and feminine traits. They are heavily respected in their communities. The Amazonian tribes were powerful women who flipped the social hierarchy in terms of gender. Lesbos is a country held together and run by lesbians. I wish to go there one day. I see myself there, in a different life almost, but even in this life too, or whatever is left of this one. Nature has a way of making humans stay away from their most precious spots. Every rose has its thorns, rock walls blocking oases, allowing the fish and the birds to relax. Where do birds fly? I don't know, but it's probably somewhere away from humans. Homosexuals are compared to animals all the time. I might as well try and resonate with them. I do, though. Everyone sees wild animals in the forest and the desert and gets scared, as if these animals are concerned about everyone else and not themselves. They live by instinct. People live by what others say. Maybe it's good that people fear me. Not so good that me having sex with a man is the equivalent of fucking an animal, but I digress, because people avoid me. Like the city, just stare straight and don't make eye contact with anyone. We are nothing to each other, just blank faces wandering aimlessly. Even the pigeons cross the street with humans. They sort of coexist. I like the city because of that aspect, but once again, I hate noise. The only noise I enjoy is the noise of the nature. The sounds of birds saying good morning, the owls saying good night, and the mating sounds everywhere, single animals in search of a connection, love, or whatever they look for. I don't judge and they don't judge me. I don't care if they're vicious, crazy, unhinged animals. So are humans, and yet we interact with one another without ever knowing who wants to stab you or when they will. At least animals warn you to stay away. Humans have a language, and because of this, a means of manipulating others. It makes it way easier. If an animal wants me dead, it'll just kill me. They don't torture you like humans do. They want food or to neutralize a threat, so they make it quick. At least I'll know it wasn't personal, and honestly, if I'm dying because of a wild animal, that's on me. I'll talk to God about it at the pearly gates, if he'll let me in. I don't know what's true anymore. I sure don't trust the churches near me. They all hate me. Is that true religion? No. I don't think so. It should be about love. I mean, God created nature, right? So why do we need to be so different as humans? Just let nature take its course. Let it be. Fuck what Reagan thinks, and fuck what everyone else does. Well, since we're on the topic of what everyone else thinks, I guess I like one aspect of human beings. Fashion. It's my favorite, especially this era. The spunk, the jazz, the pizzazz, or whatever they used to describe bright and wonky color schemes, wild patterns, abstract shapes and designs, bright-colored makeup and puffy pants. Trippy. I admire that. An acid trip covering you from head to toe. The music is good too, I guess. Prince and Elton John are some queer artists who made it big. I guess no one cares when you have money. And sex appeal. If the women find you attractive, nothing else matters. That Elton John, I don't know. Something about him just reminds me of Friary. Prince has an interesting style, but he seems less queer than Elton. I like his outfits more, though. Whatever. I guess everyone's gaydars are broken because mine has been going on for a while. It's all over them. I laugh about it often. The people are so blind to reality, they believe whatever they choose to believe. So, Prince and Elton John are straight. Sure, whatever helps you sleep at night, and whatever keeps your face from making contact with a stranger's fist. Maybe the entire population hasn't gone to shit. I like to believe that people are naturally good. Fuck what Hobbes thinks. He's a Republican, just like the rest of them. I hate labels, but I hate Republicans more. I hate American politics in general. The system is a joke. It was never built to benefit me or people like me, so why should I abide by it? Who says we can't just get rid of it and start a new system that's better fit to society? Well, it's in our rights as citizens, but who the fuck even has rights? Half of me, I guess. Whichever parts I choose to reveal about myself. Do you find women attractive? Yes. Do you find men attractive? What kind of a question is that? Fuck no. Just like that. Be homophobic. That's what all the closet cases do. Lie through the skin of your teeth because who knows what kind of a person they are. They're strangers. Everyone. Before you say I prove Hobbes to be correct, shut up. I think assholes and homophobes were raised, not born. I don't know how the first one was raised, though. Probably mental illness, because the Psychiatric Association is too busy worrying about anal or homosexual oral, instead of actual serial killers, rapists, and abusers. I always like to say in these times, the men most worried about who you fuck are the gayest of them all. I mean, honestly though, what heterosexual thinks about that kind of stuff? Yeah, this is too much to think about. Humans are weird, like I said, and animals are better. I'm going back to the woods. I need a joint.